Alright, shalom. The brother Tosiyat coming back with another video. But before I start off, I would like to give all praises and the highest honor to the Most High Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Magakadash. I want to give double honor to my elder apostles, teachers of great millstone. Peace, salutation to the sincere Akim across this world who are spreading this knowledge and truth and sincerity. And shalom to the few sincere brothers and sisters out there who also listen. May the lecture be for your households. Shalom. So as you can see, the title, Our Patience Gets Tested. And I'm sure all of us, experience this while being in the truth. Your patience really gets tested. Sometimes so much that you even wonder if you can still take it, And other times, your patience might get tested and you'd be like, it's nothing, Sometimes you can even laugh about the situation because you are already expecting it to happen, or you are just used to it. Like for me, for example, I don't like driving long distances, but now in my situation, I gotta drive long distances. Sometimes being stuck in traffic. So that is also testing your patience. Be like, hey, it's a bit much. But yeah, 1 Corinthians 10 and 13 states that you never get anything that you cannot handle. Let me read that real quick. I put the scripture here in my private chat. So it says here, 1 Corinthians 10 verse 13. There had no temptation taken you, but such as is common to men. So temptations that have not taken us, things that are happening to other people that are also happening to us, Like I often say in my videos, you might go to your job and you might be late for your job, or you might get fired on your job, or you might have some problems with your car, you might get a bit sick, or you name it, man. These are things that also happen to other people, It says, but Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able. So he will not let you suffer anything that is above your capability, above your limit, so to speak. Let's say your limit of suffering is 50. He's not going to give you 51 or 52 or 53. He might give you 49, 49 and a half, 49.9 even, but he will never give you above that 50 because that is your limit. As long as you are doing what you are supposed to be doing, which is following him to the best of your ability. So it says, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that you may be able to bear it. So with your trial, with your test, with your temptation, he also makes a way to escape. He already has the escape door there for you ready, but you just have to see it. Sometimes you just have to go through certain things which you don't want to go through, and then all of a sudden the whole suffering just ends like it never happened. I saw a video, I saw a photo one time on Instagram which showed that a problem today might be as big as a fist. That same problem in a week might be a fist without a thumb, for example. 3 months later, it might not be a fist, it might be 2 fingers. That's how big the problem might is. In a year, it might even only be as big as the nail of your pinky. So with time also, healing comes, But hey, that is also where patience comes in, because when you have to be patient, you have to wait, You have to wait on things that you don't want to wait. And sometimes you have to wait for things to get better. Sometimes you have to wait for, let's say if you have to wait for your paycheck, you're waiting weeks for work that you have done last month. It's annoying to wait, but it's still testing and bettering your patience, But it doesn't take away that these devils, they gotta pay your money eventually, because sometimes they really take too long, and then you have to basically pull them to the table. Like, hey, listen, man, I'm already waiting 6 weeks for my money, which that money should have been here 3 weeks ago already, something like that. Like there's so let me go here to Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, also known as the Book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. So when you come to serve Yahweh Basham Yashai, you really got to prepare yourself for shit coming your way, basically, troubles coming from every side, but it makes you hard in the mind, in the body, and it makes you able to withstand the next problem that is coming. Before you know it, problems that were facing you and making you, feel some type of way 2 years ago are now doing nothing to you. Sometimes you even wonder, like, hey man, is it all right for me not to feel any emotion with this? Yes, because you have become stronger through that patience. You know, yes, a study can be, but still, that is also a moment of your patience being tested. So many ways our patience can get tested, but as long as you don't quit, and as you and you must recognize when your patience is being tested, because when you recognize it, it can also make it a bit easier for you to bear it. Pumps blood, but your heart is in your mind. So you gotta have the right mindset. Okay, constantly endure, man. You cannot like a roller coaster, man. Some moments you might feel happy, you might forget all the troubles in the world. Other moments you only feel sadness and sorrow. You know, doesn't matter what emotion you feel. That doesn't matter what you go through, as long as you don't quit, man. It's not over when you lose. It's over when you quit, like the saying goes. You know, endure, man. Endure goes into suffering, if I'm correct. Also, it says, and make not haste in time of trouble. You see, so when you gotta have patience, you gotta make haste. No, because when you are patient, you take it easy, you stay calm, and you just endure it. You know, like when something happens, you right away want to act without thinking. That is not good, man, because that can lead to you doing something wicked. Okay, let's say something happened to your family member. You don't even let your brother or sister finish the story, and you be like, all right, let's go, man. We're gonna hunt this nigga down. Next thing you know, you go to the neighborhood of the one that touched your brother, and they start stabbing you and shit. Now you're in big trouble. You know. So also at one time they was touching my little brother. He was in the neighborhood. He was just playing soccer, and the guys from the neighborhood are like very annoying, man. These Moroccans over there in the neighborhood, they think that they are gangster or what else. So my brother was just playing with his friends, and all of a sudden they come on the field, these Moroccans, and they hit one of the friends of my brother, you know. And my brother was with other friends also there, but they didn't do anything. I believe he said that they was running away, and my brother was helping that friend. And then they tried to jump on my brother, with like 2, 3 boys at the same time. One of them even was a fighter, doing kickbox. Brother, he's skinny, but he's strong, man. He's very strong. So he dodged some punches. He gave some punches, and then he also had to run, of course, man, because there was not his neighborhood. There was a lot of boys there, running, hunting them down, so to say. So he had to run. And then later, when he came home, later in the evening, my nephew, he started monkeying on the door. So my mother opened the door, and I was behind her, like, hey, what's going on? And he was all out of breath, my nephew. He was like, John, he said the name of my brother. Your brother. They got him, this, that. I was like, what? You know? So my mind, I was already tripping, man. But then my nephew said, like, yeah, he was running and I lost him. I don't know where he is, this, that, and the third. And I know this neighborhood, the youngsters in the neighborhood, they are some demon shit, like annoying, man. Like, for no reason, want to attack you. Because they also tried it with me one time, Before I came in the truth, I had like something on my arm, that my hand was broken. And they said I was walking with a girlfriend of mine in that neighborhood. And they was with like 15 boys or something, a few years younger than me. And they said, yeah, we're going to break your other arm also. You fuck that hole, this, that. I was like, yeah, break your other arm also. Then I just told them, like, hey, listen, man, if you want to do something, then do it, But it was not smart, of course. But I'm telling you, I didn't feel any fear in that moment. Because that neighborhood is actually known for people getting stabbed and fights and shit. So they came up with like 15 boys in front of me. I was there on my own. I was like, hey, man, if you want to do something, let's go, man. I'm telling you, I did not feel any ounce of fear. So I truly believe that Yahweh Bashem Yashai was really there with me, with the angels, even before I came into the truth, man. Because normally these types, they right away start attacking you, But they left me alone. So that's how I know, like, hey, these people in that neighborhood, they are something else, man. They are wicked, man. So going back to the story of my brother, fast forward, he came home later, and he only had like a small bruise in his head, and he fucked some people of that group up also. But then, what we did, we pulled together, all the guys of our neighborhood. We was like with 30 or 40 men, even with a dog, you know. Some friends of mine also came because we was gonna pull up into the neighborhood and fuck them up, man. But now thinking back, it didn't happen, by the way. But we was on the point of going into the neighborhood, but it didn't happen. But those are carnal situations that you gotta think smarter and have patience. Because after the situation, I was like, you know what? When I came into the truth, I was thinking back on the situation, and I don't remember or if I was in the truth already or before I came into the truth. But a few months later, after that accident happened, we was playing soccer in another neighborhood. But this neighborhood is close to the neighborhood of these wicked youngsters. So they was also on that same soccer pitch playing soccer with us. And I saw the dude that touched my brother. And I was fucking angry, man. I wanted to do something to him, but I kept myself calm, and just scanned him. And I was like, hey, you gonna get your judgment, man. And then now that I'm in the truth, I've been saying, like, God willing, I can go, um, you know, the Lord lets me loose in that neighborhood to fuck these people up, man. For all the bullshit that they have been doing. Put a curse also on these people that touch my brother, because they are some wickedness over there, man. So, more of the story is the patience. If I didn't have that patience, I was just gonna go there and do something stupid also. You know, which could fuck up, which could make even a bigger problem. You see? So, hey, man, whatever you go through, try to stay patient. Don't lose your patience. Try to keep your temper also. Don't lose your temper. And don't go based off your emotions. So with that, hope it is edifying. Oh, Slakia, let me read this one also. Sirach 2 and 14. Woe unto you that have lost patience. Okay, destruction and sorrow comes for you if you have lost your patience. And what will you do when the Lord shall visit you? So if you lose your patience, you fall out of this truth because you can't take it anymore. What are you gonna do when Yahushua returns? Yeah, I couldn't take it anymore. This, that, and the third. He's gonna get, you know. What are you gonna do when he comes back, man? Okay, it's too late then. It's too late, you know. So keep your patience in His truth. All right. Don't fall out of this truth, no matter how hard it gets, man. Because this is all we got. Either way, you're gonna get a hard life. If you are in His truth, you're gonna get it hard. And if you are not in His truth, you're also gonna get it hard because you are living in a wicked system created by Esau. You know. So choose your heart. You know, you can either suffer now and have joy later. You know, when people have no food, no drinking water, no protection, you have all these things. Or you can suffer now, have some fun moments also maybe, you know, and later suffer again. Makes no sense, man. Anyway, with that, that's edifying. I want to give all praises and the highest honor to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Kakadash. I want to give double honor to my elder apostles and teachers of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the sincere Akiam across this world, who are spreading this knowledge and truth and sincerity. And shalom to the few sincere brothers and sisters out there who are also listening, and may the election be for your households. Come shalom.